Hey guys, this is Shannon with Nearly Organic Noshing, and it is the day before Christmas Eve, and I am starting my holiday baking to take around to friends and family. Some recipes I have already done last year and done videos on them, and I will make sure to link those up in the corner. But this is a new one that I'm working on right now. It's one I actually saw on Facebook. And they were called chocolate cherry bombs, I believe is what the name of them was. And all you need is either chocolate brownie mix or chocolate cake mix, cherries, they called maraschino cherries, but I'm using these, and chocolate frosting. So you make up the cake mix according to the directions, bake it, and then you crumble it up with the icing. You stuff the cherries in it. Oh, I have one more thing I'm missing here, the chocolate to dip it in. But I'm going to go ahead and get these in the oven baking, and then once they are done, I'll show you what's done with the cake once they come out. Hey guys, I'm kind of multitasking here. As things are in different stages, I move on to another thing. So I already have fudge in the refrigerator setting up. That is just super simple. I know you guys have seen the recipe for that. It's one package of chocolate chips with sweetened condensed milk, a splash of vanilla, a little salt, melt it all together, put it in a dish with some pecans on top. And so that is already chilling. And what I'm doing right now, on one of the Facebook Homestead pages, I saw this recipe, and it's like a basic cookie recipe, and then you can do add-ins to it, whether you want to turn them into chocolate chip cookies or peanut butter cookies. So this is what I'm getting ready to do. It's 6 cups of all-purpose flour, 3.5 cups of sugar, 1 tablespoon of baking powder, 2 teaspoons of salt, and either 2 cups or 1 pound of butter. So like I said, when I do my baking for other people and I cook for other people, I do not use organic. So I just use the regular old all-purpose flour, not our expensive organic stuff. So I just have regular butter. I think this one is non-GMO, but I mean, it's sugar. It's still the bleached sugar. So I'm going to go ahead and mix up a big batch of this, and then I'll be able to separate it out into multiple cookies without having to make a bunch of different batters. So I'm going to go ahead and get started on this. Okay guys, we are still multitasking here with my disaster area. I'm making my Aunt Ethel's pecan pies right now. I have the crust in the oven. I par cook them just a little bit so that they crisp up better. And I have that multi-purpose cookie mix going in there. And I have the 2 cake mixes that are out of the oven now, cooling, so that I'll be able to mix the frosting with them and go ahead and get started on the chocolate covered cherry bombs. Okay guys, I have my pecan pies in the oven, and the chocolate cakes are still cooling. They're going to be next. This is the batter that I made up, that the cookie mix that I had seen on the homesteading site. And to this, I have all of these different mix-ins that I can add into it. Of course, some M&Ms, because my dad loves M&Ms, and he also loves this stuff right here. It's Dream Bar. I may actually make the Dream Bars separate. I may not do a mix-in. I'm just going to see where I'm at, because that's another whole batch of different things. So I know I'm going to do M&Ms. I know I'm going to do some of these dark chocolate and mint morsels, and I have some of these peppermints, and I also have regular plain chocolate chips, and I have these, which I'm not going to use all of them. I'm probably just going to use up some of my oldest stuff and stuff that's open. Definitely going to use this. Definitely going to use this. Definitely the M&Ms, and I may make this. But I'm just going to see how far this dough goes with the 2 that are opened and the M&Ms, and then we'll go from there. Okay guys, I have multiple cookie mixtures going. This is some chocolate chip with pecans. I have M&M there. I just had some peppermint come out of the oven over there. I have more peppermint and M&M in the toaster oven. I have the toaster oven going. And then when all of those come out, then I'll get these in. But the ovens are full right now, both of them, with cookies and stuff. So I'm going to start on these. And all I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take the cake, I have 2 cakes, I'm gonna pop them out of the pan, I'm gonna put them in here with 2, I think I'm gonna end up using both of these tubs of icing, and I'm just gonna crunch them all up and mix them all up together, the icing and the chocolate cake all mixed up together. All right. Okay guys, I have all the cake out of the pans and in this bowl, and I put both tubs of the icing in here. I have my gloves. It's just gonna cut down on the mess a little bit if I put some gloves on to go ahead and smush all these up and get them into balls. And then I'm going to, I have my cherries here that I'm gonna put in the middle of each one. And once I have them all in balls, then I have my chocolate in the microwave ready to go ahead and melt down so that I can dip them in chocolate. I'll come back once I have them formed into balls. Okay guys, I have all of the balls mixed up. There's a cherry inside each one, and I have my chocolate right here melted. If you want your chocolate to go a little bit smoother and stretch further, you can add a little bit of shortening into it when it's warm and melted, and that way it's just super smooth and easy to dip, and it stretches your dipping chocolate. So I'm going to go ahead and start dipping these. I have aluminum foil laid out on my island, and I'm going to go ahead and get these knocked out. Okay guys, since I already had the chocolate melted to do the chocolate cherry bombs, I went ahead and did the pretzels. This is just pretzel rods dipped in melted chocolate, and then when you pick them up, they look like a mess now, but once you pick them up, you'll have the dipped chocolate in one color with the drizzle in another color, and then I'll bundle these up and add them into people's gifts. So while this stuff is drying, I'm gonna move on to my next dish. Okay guys, it is 12:15 and I am about halfway done with all the items I need to bake. Right now I am working on date nut balls. I did a video on these last year, so I will link that up in the corner. And I have other stuff over there just kind of cooling and setting up. I'm going to do date nut balls next, and then I am going to go ahead and probably do the baklava and get it going because it takes a while to bake. And while that is baking, then I can go ahead and do my Italian Christmas cookies. So I will go ahead and get these guys rolled out and move on. Okay guys, it is almost 1 a.m. and I am just now starting on baklava. Here is my filling. I have a great big container of nuts. This is walnuts, cinnamon, vanilla, brown sugar, and a little bit of salt, and then melted butter and phyllo dough. And then I will have honey that goes on it when it comes out of the oven. But this is a simple recipe to, excuse me, a simple recipe to make, but it is very time consuming. So you have to butter and sprinkle every layer. So I'm just gonna go ahead and get started on this. I will link the video on how to do this up in the corner because I filmed it last year. So I'm gonna go ahead and get started so I can get this in the oven. Okay guys, it is almost 3:30 in the morning. I have my last batch of Italian cookies in the oven. These are lemon, those are anise, and then I have a double batch of almond in the oven. I'm making praline bacon now, and I will link the video up in the corner. This is actually going to be part of our Christmas gifts. The baklava is already out, and I have all the other things just sitting waiting to be covered up. Once I get the island clear, I'll move everything to the island, cover it up so I can wipe my counters down and start the dishwasher before bed because I'm tired. And that's about as far as I'm gonna get. I'll sweep and wipe the counters down and start the dishwasher before I go to bed, and I will do that while the bacon is making and I'm icing cookies. So this is the last thing I'm cooking tonight. I have to cook tomorrow for Christmas Eve, but I will deal with that tomorrow. I'm just gonna wrap up the last of this. So I'm gonna get this going, and I'll come back when I'm done. Okay guys, it is a couple of minutes after 5 a.m. And I am just finishing up. I just took the praline bacon out. It is cooling. I'm gonna put that in the fridge. and the pecan pies are done. The baklava is done. I made peppermint cookies. I made chocolate chip walnut cookies. These are chocolate cherry bombs. M&M cookies, chocolate dip pretzels, more chocolate dip pretzels. These are anise. Italian cookies. These are almond, and these are lemon. Then I have date nut balls in here, and I have fudge in the refrigerator setting up. So I'm going to call it a night where I'm at. Actually, I have to make up 2 platters because the guys are going to be leaving early in the morning, and they want to take a couple of platters with them. Jaden, I'm sending one with him to work, and then Chris is going to go see 2 friends in the morning that I'm not going to go with him. So I'm going to go ahead and get those platters done. I have most of my dishes done, at least my counter's wiped down and the dishwasher loaded. So my kitchen is still a disaster, but it's not so much of a disaster I can't go to bed, and I'm okay with it. You know, it's not great, but I can deal with it, and I can go to bed, and I'll get a few hours sleep, and I'll get up and tackle getting the kitchen done, the last of the decorating done on Christmas Eve. Alright guys, hope you're having a great night. Okay guys, it is a couple of minutes after 5 a.m. And I am just finishing up. I just took the praline bacon out. It is cooling. I'm going to put that in the fridge. And the pecan pies are done. The baklava is done. I made peppermint cookies. I made chocolate chip walnut cookies. These are chocolate cherry bombs. M&M cookies, chocolate dip pretzels, more chocolate dip pretzels. These are anise. Italian cookies. These are almond, and these are lemon. Then I have date nut balls in here, and I have fudge in the refrigerator setting up. So I'm going to call it a night where I'm at. Actually, I have to make up 2 platters because the guys are going to be leaving early in the morning, and they want to take a couple